We should have another show.
Called what?
I don't know, the backstage.
No, Mazino Oniwala hashtag.
I think it's much more fun. In any case, welcome. It's time for What's Up and About. Of course, the delectable ladies. And they have a very interesting topic.
Who are those that have
Who are these?
Come on, Mary, now. We're excited about it.
We're not excited, Mazino. Stop exaggerating. Okay, we actually wanted to talk and, of course, create awareness on chimerism and the different angles to it. As at last week, I was calling it chimerism. But I've been able to get it right. That is, my dear, that is actually, it's not Chioma, it's chimerism.
Tell us what
okay, so chimerism is actually a condition in which someone has more than one DNA, usually 2 DNAs. And it's as a result of a fetus being absorbed by another one. Usually when the one fetus dies and then the other fetus absorbs
in
it.
the house, may I?
You see?
So
you see?
Chimerism is where a set of twins inside of a womb actually goes through a process where it eats the other twin while they're still cellular. So it absorbs the twin. So in some cases, there's a full absorption and there's,
nobody ever knows anything.
Nobody ever notices.
Yeah.
But in other cases, there are 2 specific separate forms of DNA. Now, that's okay. In extreme cases, sometimes there's not enough absorption and you might have like an extra limb. Or
extra toes. That's why you see some people with 6 toes.
So that's what it is.
6 fingers,
That's what I think there's that's more relative.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is where DNA tests for, what do they call it? To prove
paternity,
comes in. Tell the story of the guy who...
Now, people don't even realize that DNA isn't just done for the men. It's also, if in a case of proving a woman is a biological parent of a child. So that's also carried out. So we actually have 2 instances, male and female. So for the man, the marriage went as far as getting into a divorce because they did multiple DNAs and the child was not the man's child. And so years after the divorce, there was need for them to carry out certain tests and everything. In summary, it was found out that the man was actually the child's uncle.
Yeah.
So apparently, yes, he had intercourse with his wife, but it was actually...
his absorbed brother.
Yeah, his absorbed brother that was fertilizing the egg. And so it was more or less the uncle. Very technical. Same for the woman. She had 3 children. She was fighting for custody of her children. She was told from tests that none of them were biologically hers. And so at that point, at about the same time, she got pregnant again with her 4th child. So she was put under observation. And after giving birth to the child, another test was conducted, and it was still not her child. So that was when they did the extra test to check how many DNAs she has.
So you mean sometimes they could have gotten it wrong?
No, I don't believe it. Sometimes
that's what they would like to see.
That's what they would like to use.
It was just giving Nigerians an excuse now.
There's no excuse.
Chimerism.
It's a lie.
But there's a way to prove it.
Yes.
That's the amazing thing.
Yes.
So it's not basically just saying, oh, yeah. They have to find the DNA that will actually replicate that particular, match that particular DNA.
So it could be the sperm cells of the man they would conduct a test on so they can know. Because what happens is, as a matter of fact, scientists used to think chimerism wasn't common. Until recently, when they found out that, it was actually more common. The only thing is, the people who have the DNA issues with other children is because of where the cells of that dead twin was absorbed into.
This is so weird.
So you could have two different colors of eyes because you took your brother's eye.
There's a name for that as well.
But at the same time, the reason the old DNA thing is coming up is because where the other child was absorbed into, the cells was, were absorbed into, say, the ovaries or into the sperm cells. So that's why that happens. So those of you trying to use it for DNA, no good work.
It's quite interesting. So just imagine a human being can have different DNA types at different parts of their body. Anyway, so yesterday was actually the first time I came across the word, thanks to you, and I actually went to do some digging. So while I was reading about it, actually, something came to mind. Oh, okay, you were speaking about extra limb, extra finger. So I was thinking of hermaphrodism, right? So I actually went and I looked for the definition. This is what I found. Right, no, the causes, right? I found postulated causes of true hermaphrodism includes germline SRY mutation, selection, activation of testicular differentiation in parts of the gonad, asymmetric gonadal growth and differentiation, and chimerism of the 46XY and 46X XY and XX.
Welcome to
embryos.
One Piece Science class.
So,
So
it's actually a known cause of hermaphrodism, which also now literally triggers the thought of, I mean, we see people who are actually
they say they are naturally they were born
effeminate,
this way.
or born this way and all of that. The whole idea of being gay suggests.
To stretch this into
I'm not trying. No, I'm not. I'm just saying that there are suggestions, right? That this may also be reasons for certain behaviors in people. So, talking about how, I mean, if a woman literally absorbs the testosterone, the masculine cells of the male, it could cause certain kind of features to form, or certain kind of behaviors to form, and eventually it might actually even affect her.
So for someone who is probably too muscular as a lady,
yes,
or too
exactly.
masculine, that could be it.
That
And for a man that is too
feminine,
delicate topic where you put science and psychology together. Now, so you're saying that I can say my DNA is responsible for my behavior. If I have a pen chart for doing something that is perhaps criminal, I can actually say, it's my DNA.
No,
is what you say.
Criminal,
no, think about it.
Criminal.
That's
where
now. Is where the line.
That's where the line. Exactly.
In a situation, say for example, you act effeminate.
I don't.
I'm not saying you do. But, okay, does he sometimes? But in a situation in which you tend to act effeminate, there's a possibility that you had a female twin that you absorbed. And so our chromosomes are very prominent in your body.
My character. Too many big words today.
Characteristics.
And you know what's funny? They are simple words, but because of the subject and lack of use, they seem like they're huge. I understand.
Very interesting. I would like everybody out there to perhaps maybe study this or read it up or something and tell us what you think. Whether Winfrey is right on behavior slash DNA.
It's suggested. It's not concluded
It's
yet.
suggested. Yes, it's actually a study.
It's a study.
It's what it made me first, develop more interest in it. Because when I heard about it years ago, I thought it was just some kind of drama. But recently, with the influx of LGBTQ and all, and then some people trying to use it as as proof that maybe this is why they are the way they are. And so that made Chimerism more popular because people are like, okay, could this be the case? And that's why scientists decided that it's not just a rare occurrence. It might actually be more common than people know. It's just that some people are... It's easier for someone who absorbs a female twin and is a female herself, or a male that is a male, So, but in a situation where you absorb a twin that is of the opposite sex, then it might cause certain things. And that's why some men... this is part of the studies being suggested. Some men have,
memory
glands, which should not be. So all of those are things that are still developing.
Now, when it comes to biology, I think there's just so much we should actually know that we don't. Because reading on this actually also exposed me to the fact that there's possibility that people also have 2 blood types.
Nope. Can't happen.
It could.
Yes, actually.
It could.
Yes, actually.
You never
2
can
blood
tell.
types.
Yeah, I can tell.
Genetics
is here. You're not gonna happen.
What was applicable 200 years ago is not necessarily applicable
now. We're going into mutation.
Scientist.
What a day!
Yes. So he's priding himself as a scientist, but we're looking at recent studies.
Studies,
like 30 years ago. Okay,
off,
so
off,
we need to
off
take
the camera. I need to kill someone.
I'm just kidding. We need to take a break now. But please, you probably want to do some more reading up on this, learn more about it. And of course, maybe you want to consider checking that DNA test again. Maybe you are a chimera. You never can tell. Just saying. Yeah. All right, you're watching Wake Up Nigeria. Just stay with us.
So positive for a moment.